Previously on Eat, Sleep, Drive, I drove 1,200 miles to the Badlands of South Dakota. And on this episode of Eat, Sleep, Drive, I'm driving my 1970s van further into the mysterious Black Hills. When I got to the Badlands the night before, it was fairly dark outside, so I didn't have a great view. But when I woke up to a new sunny day, I got to see how epic this camp spot really was. After preparing myself some breakfast, I settled in for the day to get some work done. By some miracle, I had full cell service at this spot, which was really nice. It was a really hot day though. It got up to 97 degrees and was super windy. But after putting in my time online, I decided to go for a bike ride along the edge of the Badlands. It's so windy. Sorry for the wind noise, but just biking over here. So cool just biking along this ridge. After the bike ride, I was ready to beat the heat and move on. So I packed up my stuff and got ready to head out to my next destination, the Black Hills. Goodbye, campground. This is an awesome spot. On my way out of the park, I was lucky enough to see a few bison grazing near the road. Well, here's the situation. I've been calling all over the campgrounds. I've called all the state park campgrounds. They're like all full, except I found the last spot in one of these campgrounds that is allegedly open. So I'm hightailing it there to hopefully get there before they close. Wish me luck. Oh my God, I haven't seen trees in so long. I made it. Last spot in the campground. It's not the ideal spot ever. I'm like right on a road, but it's a place to camp. And there's showers here and there's electric, so I could hook up my AC. Living in luxury tonight. Kemp's Camp is the campground I stayed at, and the hot showers felt amazing. I called it early that night since I had a big day planned the next day to see Mount Rushmore and climb Black Elk Peak.
Give me a C. Yes. $40 campsite, but totally worth it. Good morning for what I believe is day 4, I guess. You know, I thought that being in a different time zone for working was going to be really annoying, but it's actually worked out really well. It forces me to get up early. So, you know, I'm on mountain time now, and I would traditionally be on like Eastern. In order to be online at 8 a.m., I have to wake up at 6 a.m., which I'm normally not an early riser, but it's been good here because, you know, the sun comes up and wakes me up anyways. And then also, like, you know, for my work and stuff, I'm done by 3 p.m. here. So now I have more of my day to like do stuff. Like I was able to go on that bike ride yesterday, and today I plan to do some hiking. Gonna hit Mount Rushmore, I think probably just at lunchtime, just drive up there. It's super close to where I'm camped at, so that's a bonus part of this campground. And then I'm going to try Black Elk Peak. It's a 6 or 7 mile out and back trail, and it's the highest peak in South Dakota.
After another hearty breakfast, I packed up my stuff and was on my way to see Mount Rushmore. It's really cool to see pieces of history like Mount Rushmore, but I'm much more looking forward to Black Elk Peak. That's more my style. There's a lot of people around Mount Rushmore, obviously, a lot of tourists, which is fine, but I'd much rather be somewhere remote, and so that's what I'm gonna go do next. I'm gonna hop in the van and go do Black Elk Peak.
Dude, these roads are awesome. If you could find a time to come here when there's like not a lot of people here in like a fun car, these roads are sick. Crazy switchbacks, awesome views. Oh damn, check out this tunnel. Pretty sure I can make this. Hopefully I can make this. Oh God. Oh God. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Made it.
Sylvan Lake is situated at the base of Black Elk Peak, and it makes for a lovely view on this picture-perfect day. I laced up my shoes and ate a sandwich before preparing my route for the day. I got super lucky with this parking spot. There's like all kinds of people driving around, and somebody just left, and I was able to sneak in. But here's the trail map of what we're gonna do. Ultimately, I want to hit Black Elk Peak, but also Cathedral Spires is supposed to be really cool. So what I'm gonna do is take this Trail 9, and they gave me this map like at the front office when I paid to get in here. Trail 9, which starts right here, it's that white trail. I'm gonna take that all the way up to Black Elk Peak. And then when I come down, I'm gonna take this little connector trail, Trail 3, and connect him to this red Cathedral Spires trail, which ultimately leads me back to the same trailhead that I'm starting at. So that's the plan. Let's get going. The main trail of Black Elk Peak is a fairly easy 3.5 mile hike with roughly 1,500 feet of elevation gain. Incredible views are around nearly every corner along this hike. The most taxing part of the hike is near the top, where there's a series of staircases leading up to a watchtower that looks like something straight out of medieval times. This is so cool. I don't know what this watchtower is for. It reminds me of some Game of Thrones Night's Watch stuff, but incredible, incredible, incredible views. 360 here. After heading down from Black Elk Peak, I took a side trail to visit Cathedral Spires and Little Devil's Tower, neither of which disappointed in their own rights. Right there is the other peak I was just on. That's Black Elk Peak. This is Little Devil's Tower.
Woo-wee. That was a good hike. I just noticed that there is like a little beach over here and people are like going in the water, and that sounds amazing right now. I could go for a little cool off session, so we could go for a little dip in the water. All right, now where the hell to? That is the question. I think I'm gonna go to Cluster first, which is a town around here, to try and get some cell phone service. I had cell phone service at the top of the mountain, but I don't have cell phone service down here in like this valley. Jumping in that lake was amazing. I feel incredibly refreshed. And yeah, so we're gonna go get cell phone service and then try and find the next place to camp.
Cluster was really a sight for sore eyes since I was super hungry from a long day of hiking. I ended up hitting up the Cluster Beacon, which I would highly recommend for their beer and chicken lettuce wraps. Well, that was a solid day. I noticed today that I was maybe doing a little bit of rushing, which is like literally the last thing that I should be doing on this trip. This whole trip is supposed to be about just like whatever and chilling. I don't really need to be back any certain date, and I could always take vacation if I need to. But, you know, I'm trying to fit in as much stuff as I can. So like it was like, oh, let's go to Mount Rushmore. Then, all right, let's go to Black Elk Peak. And then while I'm here, let me do all this other stuff like Little Devil's Tower and all this stuff. So I need to do a better job of just kind of like going with the flow and not like trying to kill myself, and just let this be like a relaxing time. But it was such an awesome day. My legs are a little bit tired, but I felt great today on that hike, and it was just beautiful, man. Tomorrow it's gonna be Devil's Tower, and then I don't know. So that's the cool part about this trip is I'm coming up on the part that I'm just gonna wing. So you guys are just gonna have to see where it goes. But I'm feeling great. I wanted to do a boondocking spot today, and I checked 2 of them, both of which didn't exist. I got these offline, and that's a huge bummer. So I ended up in this campground, which is actually really cool, but you know, I'd rather not spend $35 a night to camp, and I would also rather just be like in the wilderness by myself. So that's the only bummer part, but other than that, great day. Catch you tomorrow. On the next episode of Eat, Sleep, Drive, I call an audible and go to Toadstool Geological Area and then climb the most scenic peak I've ever been on.